Australia's economy is rapidly changing, and so are the job opportunities. Recently, Jobs and Skills Australia released their Emerging Roles report that talked about 37 different emerging job roles in 4 different categories. And to be honest, I did not know about some of these job roles myself until I went through this report. And I'm sure it will be very interesting for you to know about these emerging job roles as well. And not only we will talk about these emerging job roles, we'll also give you some key points that they discussed in this report. So without wasting much time, let's get into the video. First thing first, let's understand what is emerging roles. What does that actually mean? So emerging roles are those job positions that have recently appeared in the labor market, or those job roles that are rapidly growing from the small base. So either these jobs just came into existence recently or they are growing significantly over the last few years. And as I mentioned earlier, that some of these job roles are quite new and chances are that you might not have heard about them. So let's start looking into these 4 different categories and the jobs listed under them. The first category we have is data and technologies. So this report talks about how important the technology will be in driving the jobs in the future here in Australia. And specifically speaking, it talks a lot about artificial intelligence and its impact on shaping the future of the job roles. Obviously, apart from artificial intelligence, it also talks about cloud computing and data analytics as well. So if you are someone who is going to pursue career in those fields, chances are that you are in the right direction. Under the data and technologies category, they have listed 10 job roles. So here's the list. So the top job in this list is cloud developer, followed by solution architect. Then there is automation engineer, by developer, machine learning engineer, data integration consultant, artificial intelligence or AI engineer, blockchain engineer, quantum computing scientist, and remote sensing specialist. Now, as I said, some of these names could be familiar to you, but a lot of them are emerging job roles. So you might not have heard about all these job roles. So there is a case study given in this report about the artificial intelligence engineers. So artificial intelligence engineers are usually responsible for developing tools, systems, and processes that will enable the application of artificial intelligence in real world context. So these were the 10 roles in this category. Moving on to our next category, which is net zero. So net zero, also known as green economy or sustainability, is another area where Australia is investing very heavily, as Australian government has committed to reach the net zero gas emission target by 2050. And there are a lot of government projects and initiatives going on at the moment that is helping and driving jobs in this specific field. There are a total of 9 job roles that are considered as emerging job roles in the net zero category. And most of them are related to new fuels and storage, transport, and energy performance. Here is a list of these job roles. Electric vehicle technician. It is considered to be one of the most emerging job roles in this category. Sustainability consultant, battery design specialist, energy engineer, geographic information systems analyst, climate change analyst, recycling coordinator, solar energy systems engineer, and energy broker. Specifically talking about electrical vehicle technician, these technicians specialize in repairing and maintaining electrical vehicles, which obviously are getting popular by the day. Based on the data given in the report, the job ads for electrical vehicle technicians are definitely on the rise, and quite significantly. Now, the next category we have is one of the most popular category for the future job roles here in Australia, which is healthcare and medical. Thanks to Australia's aging population, the demand for healthcare workers is at all-time high, and it is only expected to increase from here. Now, this report specifically highlights the growing demand for the mental health professionals and community care professionals as well. And with the digitization of the healthcare systems, there will be some job roles that will be crossing over from some other categories as well. But in this category, the report has listed 13 job roles, which are considered to be emerging. These job roles are community mental health worker, mental health practitioner, allied health assistant, clinical research associate, NDIS support coordinator, lifestyle assistant, palliative care nurse, palliative care physician, health informatician, clinical trial design coordinator, home support assessor, music therapist, and genetic counselor. As I mentioned earlier, there is a spike in demand for mental health professionals. This report and the data highlights that clearly. But there is one specific job role that has got the attention here, which is music therapist. I personally did not know about this job role until I saw that in this report. So what do music therapists actually do? Music therapists plan and deliver music therapy interventions to improve physical, psychological, cognitive, or behavioral skills and function. And yes, I checked that on seek.com.au. There are job opportunities available for music therapists here in Australia. That is why it is considered as one of the emerging job roles here. Last category that we have on our list is science and engineering. So these are some of those emerging job roles that are supporting the advancement in scientific research and engineering practices. And they have listed 5 job roles under this category. These are reliability engineer, logistics engineer, molecule biologist, robotics engineer, and bioinformatician. So these were all the 37 different emerging job roles that were listed in this specific report. Now here are some interesting points that is mentioned in this report. The first one is that while 90% of the job roles mentioned in this report will require some sort of a post-secondary qualifications, that does not necessarily mean a university degree. Some of these job roles may not require you to have a university degree, which means you can do a vocational education and training programs such as certifications or diplomas instead of a university degree. Another point is regarding the skills that are required for these job roles. Now, communication skills were one of the top 10 skills that were required in all these 37 emerging job roles, which tells us the importance of having a good communication skills, whether it is with your clients, patients, employers, stakeholders, or other parties involved. So something that we all can work upon. Another point that I mentioned earlier as well, that the focus of this report was regarding the artificial intelligence and its impact on the future job roles as well. This report mentions that how AI is being integrated into the existing job roles and how it is shaping the future job prospects as well. That means that we're likely to see some new job roles coming up because of AI. Obviously, the chances are that some of the traditional job roles might go out as well. Another point that was mentioned in the report was regarding upskilling and lifelong learning. Particularly as the technology is evolving, it is clearly mentioned that it's important for people to upgrade themselves with the new skills and knowledge and try to be a lifelong learner, as some of these job roles get reshaped by the technology in the coming years. And last but not the least, it's mentioned in the report that it's important to monitor the labor market trends so that the new education and training systems can be adopted as needed. Obviously, it means that there will be possibility of introduction of new courses, new training systems that will shape the future of Australia. I would love to hear how many of these job roles you already knew about. Please let me know in the comment section below. And if you knew, how many? Now, trades are some of the most popular courses here in Australia, but they're quite highly paid as well. So if you would like to know the top 10 trade courses here in Australia, I suggest you to watch this video here, where I specifically talk about 10 high paying trade courses here in Australia for international students. So click that video over there and I'll see you there.